Well, you're just cracking them both to start, huh?
Yeah.
Where's your drink, Derek? We're both like sitting here cracking our cans,
Water.
and you're like, bam. All right. Should we go and share? We should all share
Share what?
our live stream.
Oh, yeah. I'll get moving on that.
So I went to.
Oh, look at that. Wow. I still have that tie. That is my favorite tie. Wow.
There we go.
That one. Thank you.
Oh, man, we got our comments rolling in and everything, guys.
Hi, McConna.
Share.
He's one that I really want to see come play at the factory. I remember that pre-play thing we did for the island when it first started, and McConna came up and got a bunch of dope footage, and we still had like 6 inches of snow when we did that. That was
Yeah.
fun. All right. Go to our page.
I'm sharing from the page to the groups right now.
Sweet.
Okay.
I'm sharing off legacies. I already did my own.
Nice.
Awesome.
So funny story. Yesterday, I whacked my head so hard that I've been like killer concussion for 2 days, and my head is still killing me.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. Not you hitting your head, McConna, in his footage. I keep getting this congestion thing coming back, like over and over and over. It doesn't matter how much freaking cold medicine I take. And I was fine this morning because I took like a decongestant thing, like that nasal spray, and now it's just like back to normal. It's whatever.
Awesome.
I'm over it.
Yep. Well, let's see here. Anyone joining from YouTube yet? Nope.
We need to make like a announcement again about our live streams, like just a post someday, just telling people that we actually do publish on YouTube. So I was talking to Trevor about that today. Actually, he's like, "Oh, I had no idea that you streamed on YouTube."
Yeah, we do. We post about it every week, actually, on Monday.
There we go. So
Yeah.
Trevor wasn't paying attention, is what you're saying. I get it.
Probably. He probably just doesn't read it. He's probably seen that image so many times, probably glazes over the top of it.
Yeah, it's okay. Trevor's awesome though. He came over today, and for like hours helped me get all the Black Friday stuff sorted and put up on the walls. And
huge shout out to you, Trevor. Thank you for coming and helping out with that. That was a ton of work, I heard.
Yeah.
I saw pictures. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot.
All right. Well, we got 7 people so far, and that's more than we usually have this early on the stream.
Yeah.
Should we start talking about some stuff?
Let's talk about some stuff. Let's start off with our normal stuff.
Events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this event's coming up Saturday following Thanksgiving. So this Saturday we're having the Midway Turkey Shoot, which is really just a nice way of saying come out and play airsoft at Midway.
Work up all your calories from eating too much stuffing. And
I'm being honest, guys. I'm gonna have to say that one airsoft game's not gonna burn off all those calories. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah,
we can sell it. Guaranteed to burn off all Thanksgiving calories. That's our new sales pitch.
Yeah, there you go.
If you're still feeling bloated, we can put a turkey tail on you, and you can be the one that runs around while everyone shoots you.
I like Colby's comment. Calories equals gain. It's like, yeah, it's a good thing, but it's only good if you're actually doing something to build something with it afterwards or before or all of the above, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, we are not doing a competition this week. So tonight or tomorrow night, we're not going to have
Yeah.
a regular competition. So don't plan on showing up here tomorrow night at 7:30 to come shoot rifles because that won't be happening. Just we figured we need some time to get Black Friday stuff ready more, but also you guys should go spend time with your families. And that's a lot of people that I talk to who normally come to that. They're like, "Oh, I'm going to be out of town because we're going to visit family." So I'm just like,
Yeah.
It's Thanksgiving week. We'll let people go be with family. We're not going to do a pistol competition or rifle competition this week. So sorry if anyone was looking forward to that, but we're really mostly just looking forward to Friday and Saturday and Monday and the game and everything. So
Yeah.
come to the game. I guess you can throw this in events. Airsoft over family. Throw this in events. We do have our Black Friday sale coming in Friday at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. We're opening. So we're opening 2 hours earlier than normal. Somebody told me that yesterday it was Connor came in and he's like, "Oh man, I'm pitching a tent at 6 a.m. man." Like, you better not, dude. I better not have tents outside our shop at 6 a.m. But if you want to come a little early and get in line, we do have a lot of really great stuff and very limited quantities and some of that really great stuff. So I wouldn't blame you if you want to get in here first. So
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be huge. A little bit more detail on the Saturday stuff. Check-in's going to be at 9. We're going to wrap up before 3 o'clock so I can come back to the shop and help out for day 2 of the Black Friday sales. Is the goal. So we're, start planning at 10. We'll go till 2, 2:30. Have a regular good day of play. It'll be a lot of fun. And then the next event that's scheduled, as far as I know, even is the World War II game on December 9th, which everyone should come check that out. It's going to be super awesome. We've started building out a lot of the objectives, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't say enough about how much fun that day is going to be.
We just, on Sunday, we went and picked up a bunch of effects. Boom boom effects. So another shout out to Trevor for hooking us up on that stuff. So we're very excited for some of the effects that are going to take place during this World War II game. It's going to be very immersive, you can say. For anyone who doesn't know anything about the Battle of the Bulge and the Ardennes Forest and all that stuff, there was a lot of 88 millimeter German cannons that were shot at them, and the trees turned into splinters, and it was kind of a crazy thing.
Lots of big booms.
Yeah, so we're planning on having lots of big booms. So this is one game I would honestly say I recommend ear protection for. You should probably just
We've got some.
Yeah,
Bring
we have
earplugs.
some in stock. You should, but you should buy some earplugs for sure. Yeah.
Quick thing, guys. We'll get into the really exciting stuff here in a moment. But if you are here right now, if you can and share or comment on here, that would be awesome. As you know, we're always fighting the Facebook algorithms to try and get more reach. So if you guys can do that, that would be super, super helpful for us and get more people playing Airsoft, because that's what we're here for, right? Is there anything else we want to talk about Black Friday wise? Is there anything specific you guys are super, super stoked for guys to see?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're going to be posting a lot more over the next couple of days. We've already posted tons of stuff. Do you want me to just go over the sales?
We can't go into specific details on YouTube.
That's right. Yeah, because YouTube.
But if we want to talk about some general discounts on things or on the non-things that go pew, we can probably do that without a problem.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this, some of our biggest selling items we have priced between 30 to 50% off. So some pretty significant discounts. Stuff that already has great pricing is even going to be lower for this.
Guys, there's some pretty nuts stuff. That's all I have to like. This is coming from me. There's some pretty nuts deals.
Yeah. Yeah. Blake and Landon were going back and forth in the comment section talking about some of the Vorsk pistols.
Oh my god,
yeah, those are nice.
They are so cool. They are so nice. I mean, I'll say this: we have a Sand Viper, which has been really hard to come by. We got one Sand Viper in, and me and Trevor were checking it out earlier, and he's like, "Man, this thing's cool." And then I pulled out one of those Vorsks, one of which is bright purple, which is pretty epic looking. And Trevor agreed. The Vorsk, the trigger on that thing, and this like the slide, it is so nice. Like it beats out the Sand Viper, which is like an expensive airsoft pistol.
Yeah.
So, those Vorsk pistols are awesome. We were chatting earlier, and we're like, man, we need some. So every Black Friday we try to do like a giveaway, a raffle, right? Every $10 you spend is a raffle ticket that goes into the bucket, and so. You know, if you buy a whole new gun, that's like 30 raffle tickets sometimes.
A lot.
Sometimes even more. So in the lineup of giveaways for the raffle, we have one of the Vorsk pistols that we ordered, which is a really cool pistol. So yeah, we'll post some pictures and details about more of that stuff. We're giving away a radio setup. We're giving away a nice chest rig with all the pouches and everything on it. A hand cannon. So
hand cannon, an AEG, it's going to be pretty epic. Yeah, it's going to be epic, and all of it's super high quality stuff. I walked into the shop tonight to help out, and I spent the first 15 minutes complaining that I can't buy this, and I can't buy this, and I can't buy this. There.
Yeah, he was like literally going over to the wall, like, man, what's this? Like, pulled it off, like, what the heck? Why haven't I ever carried one of these before? So we have like not just more of the stuff we normally carry. We have more inventory, I think, than we've ever had.
We've got a lot, guys. Right. It's kind of crazy.
I'm an M4 guy, and there's 3 AKs that I could see myself walking out with. Yeah. And I'm an M4 guy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So if you guys want specifics on all those, like the numbers for some of the sales on that, I just dropped a link for our email list. We will have that. That may not have gone through correctly.
Looks like 2 of them went through. Well, one for Facebook, one for YouTube. Looks like
it looks like it may not be going the way I want it to. Let's see here. Oh no, it went through. Cool. Cool. So if you guys want to sign up for that, we'll be sending out emails with all of those deals that we've been sending out on Thursday for literally all the stuff, all really comprehensive. So if you haven't signed up for that already, you'll want to hop on there for Black Friday deals.
Yeah.
Should we jump into the exciting stuff? Not keeping people waiting.
Sure.
Let's do it. Let's talk about it.
Okay. December 11th, we are opening the factory. It will be a roughly 4,000 to 5,000 square foot playing area.
4,500. Whoa. 45,000 is a lot more, but yes, 4,500.
I misspoke there. Thank you for clarification.
Not gonna lie, I wish it was 45,000.
That would be awesome.
That would be
one day, guys.
But also, I don't know if I would want to pay the rent on that facility.
We would not. I've priced those out actually. Yeah, we're not there yet, guys.
One day.
Someday.
But yeah, do you guys want to kind of dive in the details there?
Yeah, awesome. So, so it's gonna be an awesome field. We've kind of got our drawings on that. Jeff. So we're gonna be open every day that week, starting the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. Every day, we'll take that Sunday off. The field won't be open, and then the next week we'll go back into it. The field's gonna be a mixture of. We're going to have some true CQB, clear rooms, what would you call that?
Basically, the one half of it is going to be like a long corridor of rooms that are interconnected. So there'll be a lot of accessibility to those rooms from both ends, from each spawn point, kind of is how we have it planned out. And then the center of the map is going to be a little bit more diverse, a little bit more modular. We can change that up a lot more, add things, take things out. But on our, I love posting CQB Russia Airsoft's videos on our Instagram. I love resharing them to our story because he has the coolest content. And that's kind of the layout and style that we're looking at. For a lot of his videos, what you're going to see is that tight, close quarter CQB with the tall walls and, windows to shoot through and move through, lots of doorways to shoot through and move through, cover, that you can bound from and bound to, and all that. So 4,500 square feet definitely isn't the largest field in the world, but there's a lot that you can do with 4,500 square feet.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the local arenas that I've been to and seen around this area are a little bit smaller than that. So 4,500 is a pretty decent size. What we're anticipating is probably between 20 to 30 at a time on the field. Basically 10 on 10, 15 versus 15, maybe even a little bit more than that, just depending on how much we want to push onto that field. But it would be it'll be a lot of fun. God, that's insane.
I realized game pod was 120,000. That's huge.
I can't even imagine what I would do with all that.
So
square
for
footage.
the record,
that
building that's like 3 acres. An acre is 43,000 square feet.
Oh my god!
That's like that building is almost the size of Midway. That's
have
bigger
you
than the island.
Videos of GamePod before?
I don't think I have.
I haven't.
I need to look some up.
Joseph, I know you have. Basically, what it is it's like they've built a city inside of a building. So there's like legitimate streets.
That's what we want to do.
No. GamePod's incredible. I need to actually get out there one of these days.
Yeah.
We should take a trip out there.
I know. That's what I was just thinking. It's like we need to do like an East Idaho Airsoft Advantage Airsoft like
road
trip. Everyone go out there.
One of these days.
Amazing.
Anyway,
But yeah.
So with that, so if you think of how GameFlow works now, whether it's the island or Bubble Land or Midway or wherever, you go out, you play around, and then you go back to your truck, your vehicle, and you reload, and that takes 15 minutes to reload your gear, and you swap war stories, grab a concession, get some water, and then you go back on the field. What we anticipate being able to do, depending on the numbers on any given night, we can rotate people in, so you can be teams out playing and then teams prepping, and so then as soon they can rotate out while you're reloading, there's other people playing. So we'll have a protected green zone for that way. So we'll be able to handle what
probably 30 to 50 at a time.
Yeah,
is my guess.
Yeah, we'll be able to handle a typical thing with what's going to be awesome for it is right now most of our games are Saturday based, sometimes a random weeknight. We're going to have this place open 3 or 4 nights a week.
Yeah.
So 3 days a week and then 3 evenings and then a full day on Saturday. Which is going to be awesome. Yeah. The gameplay. That doesn't mean we're going to close down the outdoor fields. It'll be great in winter to not have to play in knee-deep snow.
Yeah.
That's huge. But then during summer, we're still going to have the island. We're still going to have Midway. We'll still go out and play on those fields. And then, but we'll still keep the indoor field open as well.
Yeah.
They're all going to be open. And honestly, we may very well have fields open at same time. We may have a game going at Midway and a game going at the factory simultaneously. So depending on what you want to do, you can get your fill.
Yeah. So answer a couple questions. Colby was asking about different game nights and different styles of play. We're planning on doing all that stuff. I guess what I would expect for the most part with this field is that it very much is going to be run a little bit more like with the shop. We've got our set hours, right? And we have a set schedule that we're going to stick to. The factory is going to be very much the same, where we're going to have pretty much an expectation of, we'll have this many sessions open and available, and we'll have regular game I guess you could say, like open gameplay happening pretty regularly. Outside of that, I think we're going to have a lot of like privately scheduled events. And for that matter, like if you, like for instance, right now, if you want to go down to play at the Leighton Field, you can rent out the entire session, right? And have just your small group of friends or whatever. You could have a full book session if you want, but you basically pay for the whole session as a group, and then you can do whatever you want. And that's the same type of thing that we're planning on having here. You can basically book the entire session and play pretty much anything you want. We will have our own themed sponsored events as well, but for the most part, I think we'll see more of like an open play, regular play format, and then you can schedule your own types of stuff as well. Another question that I saw there would be the, is the shop going to move over to the factory? At this point, no. The shop is still, Advantage Airsoft is still going to be its own retail shop. We will have a pro shop at the factory. We will be selling necessities there. And we will be selling like support equipment type of stuff and even some starter packs and some nicer guns. There's been a lot of talk about doing like high-end HPA builds. We may even have like a pre-built HPA setup that we want to host over there, and someone could purchase it there if they want. I think we're going to see a lot of that progression with airsofters with this new field. So
we'll still have at that field, we're going to have the majority of our rental fleet is going to be based out of there. So if you want to come out and play, or you have buddies that want to come out and play, don't have guns, want to try out, we're going to be able to accommodate that. Every night we're going to have guns for rent. We have a fairly large rental fleet at this point. We can make that bigger if we need to. But the idea being that, you can just roll people in and out. Everyone can be there to play. And then we'll have our small pro shop there to handle, some of those more game-specific items that we need on site there.
Yeah.
There's been a few questions about lighting systems. That is something that we're still trying to figure what the capabilities of the current lighting is. We will for sure at some points be able to, like, one of the first things that we have talked about doing is having adjustable lighting. We want to have full control of lighting conditions specifically for all the training stuff that we want to do. Down, they will not be shootable. That I've seen that like one other place. We're not, at least starting off, we're not investing in that system.
Yeah, that is a cool thing, but yeah, that is on the list of priorities with this indoor field. That one's pretty low right now, at least.
Oh yeah, location. Where is this going to be at, guys?
Yeah. So this is the factory is it is the old sugar mill in Rigby. So if you're familiar with Rigby, Rexburg area, if you go through Rigby, just on the north edge of Rigby past exit 322, there's a big old sugar mill right on the edge of the highway. It's visible pretty much everywhere.
It's the old it's the old rundown building that I've driven by for the last like 10 years and be like, man, that building would be awesome to play airsoft in.
Yeah.
Guess what? Exactly. Here we are. It's not the whole thing for clarification. It's a small section in the back, but maybe one day.
Yeah.
We want to jump into some of these, the ROE. Trevor's asking about some details.
So Jeff was asking about, are we taking reservations or just come and play? So starting that Monday, the plan is as soon as possible to have reservations set up. Another reason to get on the email list as soon as possible. If you're not already, go up to that comment and sign up for that email list because we'll post updates about that as soon as we can. We're working on the reservation process and how that will all work. We're trying to find a system that works really well and integrates with what we're trying to do. So we will keep you updated as far as whether or not that's going to be reservations or just come and play. Either way, plan on being there. I think, so other than that, there's been questions about rules and stuff. So
we're going to have an email that comes out. We're still finalizing a couple of the ROE rules. We've got most of those figured out, but we just have a couple of odds and ends that are still a little bit hanging out in the.
I think we can talk about some of those general things just so guys can expect it. We're saying 350 for FPS, I'm assuming.
Yeah, CQB, pretty much general rules for CQB is it's 350. So plan on your replica shooting under 350. Another, I guess, another hard cap is going to be that we are unfortunately limited to only 0.2s and 0.25 BBs. That's an insurance thing for CQB. Insurance gets really tight. Yes, and Blake, thank you. The cap for HPA is going to be 330 specifically because of jewel creep and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to be chronoing everything every single time you come in. So we
are requiring field BBs.
Yes,
and from a player standpoint, we understand that it's not the greatest thing. We are pricing them in a way where it's not totally ripping you guys off. That is not what we're trying to do. But we will be using colored BBs again for insurance reasons.
Yeah,
we need to be able to police that pretty hard. So
don't go buy a ton of BBs right now. I can see a lot of people like getting really mad about it, but the fact is, like, we have to do that for insurance, and because we have to do that for insurance, like, the BBs are going to cost by count. It's going to be pretty much the same as what you pay for the BBs that we sell here in the store. They're literally made in the same factory as the BBs here in the store. So we're not doing it because it's good for us for retail, honestly, because like if we wanted to sell you BBs all the time and you can just kind of use our BBs, then that makes sense. But yeah, we have to use colored BBs so that we can verify the weights, basically, and they're high quality. They're the best BBs you can get.
They're Elite Force BBs. They're made by BLS. They're great. We've all used them in the past, and there's nothing to complain about. And we're shooting the max of 100 feet if you're really pushing the field and you're lucky. So actually,
exactly. So Hayden asked, can we bring back extra field BBs to use at future sessions?
Totally.
Yeah. That's why they're colored. Yep.
That's why they're colored, so you guys can bring those back.
Yep.
Won't limit like that. Tracers, we will have tracer BBs. We will require you to use those as well. We won't ours as well. We won't be able to police that as hard, but we're going to do our best.
There was some talk about potentially colored tracer BBs. I know that there's a company that does like pink tracer BBs. I don't know how effective they are, so we're not going to limit performance based on that. As far from the resources we're getting our field BBs from right now, I don't think that there is a specific colored tracer that we can police. So it'll be harder to police, but we're going to rely on some honesty there to make sure that we are within our limits.
And with that, remember, with that policing, at any point, like whoever's running, whether it's Joseph, I, or Derek, or one of our employees, referee that's on the field, whatever it is, we can come and re-chrono your gun at any given time. That's part of the agreement, is that we can come and we can check your gun. And so we're going to know what your gun was shooting with a .2 BB.
Yeah.
Before you went in the field. And if we get a complaint that someone's gun's shooting too hot and we go check it 30 minutes later, and all of a sudden the gun the BB that's in your magazine shooting
way different than it was
before, we're going to know there's a discrepancy. There will be some police. We don't want to do that. The best way to do that to fix that is everybody just don't follow the rules, and we can all get along and be happy.
Another question was for grenades. Yes, we will totally allow grenades. We are hoping to do EG67s at some point, depending on what happens with the ATF ruling that recently dropped. We're staying close on that. But we've got plenty of Thunder Bees, and we'll have those running all night.
Yep.
Sure.
Speaking of Black Friday sales.
And Makana, because I know you're going to ask specifically about it, your TRMR is totally good to go. That's totally fine. I know someone's going to ask. Blank fires, keep them. Don't do the shotgun ones. I even question the 9s, but yeah, you're doing the 12 gauge primers. Go for it.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So those are just keep shooting questions through the field as you guys have them. We're going to keep talking about it.
Jacob. Yeah, I was thinking about you as well.
Yeah. Landon, your question on volunteer refs. If we need that, we'll reach out and ask people that are doing that. A lot of that comes back to an insurance question where
Yeah.
We can't just pick random people so much out of the community and say, hey, come be a ref, because that person has to.
Yeah.
They're bearing a lot of responsibility that falls under our insurance.
We're basically taking on liability with, someone who's acting as an employee at that point. So more than likely, we are going to have all that covered. But if we end up needing to hire some people to help out, then we'll do that. Right? We have no problem creating jobs. So
Jeff, you can film all you want. Obviously, paint us in a good light. No, yeah, you do good content. So you guys are more than welcome to film in here. We'd be there's no way we're going to be able to stop guys from filming. I guess we could make a policy, but that's not cool for anyone.
Omar, yes. So we haven't actually talked about price yet. So the field price at all of our advantage fields, the Island, Midway, and the Factory, is going to stay the same at $20. With the Factory, that $20 is going to cover a 4-hour session. We have discussed and are continuing to, structure a pricing scale that may benefit people who want to purchase more than one session, basically. So if you end up paying $20 for one session, you want to stay for another, or you want to pay for all 3 or 4 sessions all up front and just play all day on Saturday, then we'll probably end up having a lower price specifically for that type of situation. We've also discussed memberships quite a bit, and we are planning on coming up with some type of monthly membership program. So if you want to come and play, 6 times in a month, 8 times a month, whatever, then you'll get some serious discount from doing that. So we feel like $20 for 4 hours is a pretty good price. $5 an hour is pretty much, that's a solid rate. I think depending on anywhere you go, it's going to be something similar to that or more than that.
I've talked to a lot of folks around the country, and they're all right around there.
Yeah, most of the places that I've played at outside of Idaho for indoor play, I've played upwards of like $35 for 2 hours. So it's definitely it's a solid price. We want to make it fair for people, but also we got to make money. We're doing this as a business. There's significant cost going into this, so we are definitely looking at making money.
Hayden, good question about full auto. I think in general, we're going to say no full auto. There may be situations for exceptions, but we will make that known. So
it may depend on, maybe something like depending on the party,
Yeah, but in general, no full auto.
Yeah. Other amenities that we've discussed, we're planning on having concessions. Ammon's been running concessions at his games, quite a bit. We've done concessions at some events, some minor concessions. We're planning on having really good concessions at this place. So, potentially some hot food, depending on what we need to figure out with rules and regulations for that. But, we've talked about like popcorn and, Cliff Bars, candy bars.
We'll be able to expand. So, what we've had at Midway, we'll be able to expand that further. We'll have more variety for drinks. We'll be able to give more variety for snacks, candy bars, stuff like that. A little bit more in depth than what we have. Team bands, Advantage sells some really awesome 4-inch bands.
Yeah, we'll probably stock up on those.
We're going to stock up. We really like those. They're great. They don't fall down. Like the little slap bands end up just falling off. Half of us have, let me rephrase that. Half of you have too big of muscles to hold them. I don't count myself in that. I can put them on my thigh. So they don't count
I can't
for
imagine
me.
that. It would not go on my thigh. They barely
Yeah.
count. Yeah.
Spectators, there's not going to be currently there's not a lot of space for spectators. There will be some room, but that's something we are currently working on. Hopefully going to expand for a significant amount of space for spectators down the road.
Down the road. The first mission is to get this thing up and going and make it an awesome playable field, and then we can add like spectator space. at that point. Right now, our biggest focus is get a field that's up and we can play on. And
Yeah.
there's some limited space for that now in there, just not as much as any of us want.
Yeah.
But
We want a lot more. So eventually we will have more. Yeah, we want to make sure little Timmy's mommy can come watch him shoot all you guys and slay. Okay. Other questions. Dallas asked, will there be air to fill HPA tanks? At some point, yes. We are planning on having air to fill HPA tanks. We're still working on the logistics for that. Right now, then we're blessed in this area to have multiple different venues that will help us fill HPA tanks. So we'll keep pushing you guys toward them and encouraging you to use them as much as possible. But the plan is,
if any of you guys got hookups on really great scuba tanks, send them our way. We are currently in the market and are looking for scuba tanks to do fills. So if any of you guys have needs on that, please send them our way.
yeah,
we've been looking. Well, I've been looking to do an indoor field for a while. I've been looking at fields for a while before this season really started off. Hayden and Joseph can both.
Yeah.
2 years ago, I was looking at buying land to do this. So we've been really building into being able to do this for a while. This building, honestly, I don't want to say lucked into it because there was some level of persistence in looking for spaces, but we scored. Yeah. This is a great opportunity. So as far, Hayden asked how we can best support the Factory and Advantage as we launch. Come out and play.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing,
come play and come buy stuff because
come Black Friday and
come to Black Friday.
we're all already buying stuff, and so if you guys can redirect some of that traffic to us, that is going to be probably the biggest way to support us. And the cheapest way to support us is to share our posts on Facebook, just so that more people can come see that we're here and invite your friends.
Yeah, it'd be huge. And then just a lot of, word of mouth traffic.
Yeah.
A lot of us know, little Timmy that wants to come play. That's how the EIA has grown for a while. Is through that expansion, just slow expansion. We want to make that expansion bigger.
Yeah.
We want to go faster with that now, faster than we have been. So the more people you can invite, you see something, someone, well, what are you doing this weekend? I'm going to go play airsoft and you should come too because it's better than going to Walmart and hanging out.
Yeah. I usually do all my hanging out at Walmart.
Yeah, me too.
But, no, that's Derek. You can attest to this. When we first opened Advantage Airsoft in 2019, we were blown away at how many people kind of organically found us who weren't a part of East Idaho Airsoft. We were stuck in our East Idaho Airsoft bubble for so long. We're just like, man, we don't know if this is going to work. Like, we only have 300 captive customers in East Idaho Airsoft. Now, East Idaho Airsoft has grown to almost 2,000.
I think we hit 2,000.
Did we? Yeah, I haven't even checked recently. And I'm not going to take all the credit for that for Advantage, but like a large part of that is that we found so many of those customers who were getting into Airsoft or who are already in Airsoft had their own little bubble. And now we've like meshed all our little bubbles together. We have a huge market for Airsoft in this area now. And we've been able to network so much more with the surrounding areas that this is just like that next step. It just like opening Advantage in 2019, we started seeing a lot more people coming. Wow, I had no idea that there was an Airsoft store around here. Then we moved over here into Rigby back in May. And it was the same sort of thing. I still have people come in all the time. Holy cow, we heard about this place. We didn't know that there was an Airsoft store around here. I just had that yesterday. Some guy came in. And so it's like every single day this type of stuff's happening. And now it's going to be like that with the field. People have been asking us for months, like, hey, do you have a field? Do you have an indoor field? And we've always really reluctantly had to say no. Sorry, it's something we're working on. Now it's like, yeah, we're working on it. And it's going to be open like next month, like 3 weeks from now. So, yeah, it's
guys. Again, for those of you who are still watching, if you guys can like and comment on this stream and share it on your personal profiles, that would be awesome to get a little more reach. That'd be super helpful for us. And Jeff, Monday. What time are we starting Monday? We said 6, I believe.
Yeah, I can't remember if we settled on 5 or 6. But yeah, the plan is, and this is just to clarify again, this is Monday the 11th.
Yes.
Not. I wish it was next Monday. It's not going to be next Monday. So Monday the 11th. We will probably plan on starting things up around 6. We may open up a little bit before that to kind of shuffle people in, get stuff organized. So yeah, we'll say 6 to start, and then we will plan on being there to get people checked in and get rolling on stuff probably before that. So
unfortunately, some of us have day jobs.
Yeah.
So
right. Hey,
we
Jeff,
can't go quite that quick until.
Yeah.
So
Jeff,
we have to
shoot me a message before you come up. We should talk about some stuff. I've got some ideas for you.
Yeah. And just so as a schedule, I know we've kind of just scanned over this a little bit early. We're planning, so the 11th is the official open date. However, if you come to the World War II game on December 9th, we are planning kind of a 2-venue event with that. We're going to do most of the game over at Midway. However, toward the end of the day, as it's getting colder, we're going to move that and have kind of some special mission type stuff that's going to take place at the factory. So that's on the 9th. So before our official opening, we're going to invite everybody that goes to that game to come to the factory basically for the final part of that whole event.
Mm-hmm.
That we talked a little bit about last week. We're planning on doing it more, not scripted, but very much more structured than a regular airsoft game, kind of like our Vietnam game earlier this year, where we have specific objectives and missions, and it's a little bit more LARPy than a typical weekend game. So expect that with this World War II thing, and you will get the first taste of the new field at that point.
That game has that game that's a $30 game. There's a lot more planning involved. It'd be similar if typically at a Midway game we do it's a double session, right? So you have the morning session and then you have a night session. And if you buy both sessions, you get in for $30.
Yeah,
that's what's going to happen for the World War II game as well. It's a $30 game. We'll start at Midway. We'll wrap things up at the factory. So it'll be a sneak peek. Come out to that game, and you're going to get to see the field firsthand.
Yep.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so if you're planning on coming to the World War II game, make sure that you have at least a backup gun that does shoot under 350, because you will need that.
Or rent one from us if you don't have one.
Yeah.
Just to catch up on some of these questions, it's going to be at the Sugar Mill in Rigby is where the location is at for Rick. Anyone else who showed up late, that's where that's going to be at. Hayden asked a bunch of really good questions. What are the planned time for Saturday sessions? Do we have those nailed down? Obviously, guys, we're still nailing down a lot of these details.
We have I have a basic outline for the Saturdays. We'll go 10 to 2, 2:30, 6:30, 7 to 11. That's kind of our basic line out on that.
Yeah.
So that's going to go fairly quickly in between sessions. We want to be able to get a lot of guys in, get a lot of guys through, and to some degree, us and our employees, after being there for 12 hours, are going to want to go home before midnight, if at all possible.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Square footage of the field again. It's the field is roughly, I think, a little bit more actually, a little more than 4,500 square feet. That doesn't include our green zone. So the field itself, the playing area, is a little more than 4,500 square feet, which it's a good size. And when we first walked into that space, I remember hearing like square footage, like total square footage is right around 6,000 square feet. I'm like, it's kind of I don't know. And then you step in that space and you're like, holy cow, this is cool. And it isn't 4,500 square feet with an 8-foot ceiling. This is 4,500 square feet with a 3-story ceiling.
It's a 30-foot ceiling.
Yeah. So massive ceilings in there. There's even space for us to go
Build
this
up.
way.
We can go vertically.
Yeah.
If this model works out and this is all, if all the hypotheticals on this plan work out and this works well, then we have chances for some additional improvements to the area.
Yeah.
Hey guys, if you want the first chance to sign up for tickets when those drop, sign up for email. I'm dropping that link in the chat again. We are. This is exciting, guys. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, a 3-story airsoft shoot house would be pretty dope.
Keep so some of the other ideas that we have that we will be announcing with this is we have our regular day of plays, but we're going to be able to throw some additional wrinkles in there. We're going to be able to do 5-on-5 tournaments in this space. And, you know, you get 2-buddy respawn, something like that. Your third hit, you're out. And you're just eliminated till and you see it, you get to watch your team win or fail.
Yeah,
so stuff like that. We're going to be able to do tournaments. A lot of the shooting competitions we've been working on. Imagine running a pistol competition where you actually have to advance through set 90 feet of playable space and find the targets. It's not just stand in one spot. You're actually going to have to move and actually advance.
Dude, guys, we should totally set it for the G&G World Shooting Competition.
I haven't even heard of that. I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to do it.
G&G holds a world shooting competition every year in Taiwan. And there's a handful of teams from around the world that get to go. And guess who has never won?
The U.S. Dude, we're going to freaking win that freaking shit.
We need Landon to start practicing more. Landon, you're our reigning champion. So put in more money and get better stuff. And so you can be better.
And buy plane tickets to Taiwan. That's the expensive thing.
So that's another thing that's, as we started doing our shooting competitions and like talked about doing more courses and stuff, we've discussed 3-gun. Like we have shotguns, we have rifles, we have pistols. Like this is a space where we could easily set up a night full of just 3-gun competition for airsoft. And I know that's a huge thing in Taiwan and Japan is 3-gun competitions, but it's all airsoft.
It's a cool spot too. We've looked at doing sniper competitions in there.
Yeah,
because you can get
There's space for it. I want to do it.
It'd be so much fun. You shoot a little, teacup sized target with a sniper from 100 feet away. So we'll be able to, there's a lot of those kind of options that we can add in this space where we can make this. Honestly, we're so excited for what this can add to our community. And then how we can grow the community accordingly with this.
I like Hayden's idea to do an overnight lock-in. That's definitely, I will say that's definitely an option. If a group wants to rent the space for an overnight lock-in, we will definitely accommodate. I think that'd be fun.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. We've talked about doing, and more on this will come much later, but imagine a zombie shoot house for Halloween. I think that will be awesome. So
bring all your BYU Idaho people through and you get to shoot a bunch of zombies.
Yeah.
How awesome would that be?
Yep. Bachelor party. Yeah. Hayden, did you ever get a bachelor party? We need to throw you a bachelor party. Like, I don't even care if you did have a bachelor party. You didn't have one at the factory, so now we have to have one.
Oh no, this is for his second wife.
Oh, yeah, perfect. Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm in. Let's do it. Oh man, yeah, lots of plans, that's the cool thing about this is that this whole scenario opens up opportunities for airsoft that we haven't even thought of yet because we've never had the opportunity here. And so like there's world, a lot of stuff, as they say,
as long as I get a party.
Yeah, let's do it.
Guys, if you have ideas, obviously this is still very much in infancy. There's going to be a lot of stuff we have to learn on how to do this. None of us, I don't think any of us have ran a field like this before, or we're anywhere near to it. And so if you guys have any ideas or ways that you want to see ran, obviously we're not going to take everyone's ideas, but we'd love to hear them. So if you guys have them, send us a message. We'd love to hear them because we're always looking for new crazy ideas.
Yeah.
So yeah.
On to the training stuff.
Yes.
As Ammon and I kind of developed our floor plan for this, that was one of the things that we talked about. First thing was like, hey, what do we want to have for training specifically? So I'll say, like, for me as an instructor, having this facility built out the way that we're planning on having it built out is going to be insanely valuable. I could literally, with this space, I could teach the entire Alert Level 1 CQB class that I'm certified to instruct.
What's Alert for those who aren't aware of that?
Alert is the active, what is it? Gosh, I got to remember the acronym now. But it's the acronym that stands as the curriculum that is taught to all law enforcement in the entire United States about active shooter response. So basically, as we built this out, that was our first thought was obviously training. We gotta make this a really good training space. Now, how do we also accommodate this to be an awesome airsoft space? And just looking at our layout, we're insanely excited about how well it's going to work for both of our tasks, basically. But so if you're excited about training, like I'm excited about training, we are going to be hitting that super hard right at the beginning of the year. Come January, we were planning on having classes pretty regularly. So keep an eye out for that. I know some of you guys came to our CQB 1 class, and it was a lot of fun. Definitely different than we anticipated at first, but that type of class in 4,200 square feet would be insanely awesome. Yeah. So yeah, all you guys that have night vision and CQB skills and want to practice, this is going to be an awesome space for that.
So go ahead, Derek.
The other cool thing too is that we are currently talking with a few other trainers for them to be hosting their classes there as well. So as you guys know, we've already worked with First Aston Rescue they supply all of our med kits, our trauma kits, all that stuff that we currently sell in the shop. They are a supplier as well as all of the training. I've talked to him pretty extensively about his training class, and he's got 3 or 4 different medical classes that we'll be offering through Advantage Professional Training, and we are super excited to get those going, as well as some other concealed carry classes and some other certifications, things like that we've got building out. So that's the side of the business that we are really, really excited about expanding more into. And this is just going to open up so many opportunities for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, I went to the CQB 1 class to help wherever I needed. Mostly I was a shooting dummy, that part of it. But
yeah,
I thought, and I recognize that most guys here have played airsoft more than me. At least a lot of you have. I thought I was decent at CQB, but I have a very small sample size to go off of on that. But I go to the haunted hospital, and most of the time, one-on-one, I'm going to come out. I feel like I come out on top. I went to that course and found out in the first 10 minutes, I'm like, wow, my sling chokes me when I try to swim through it.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. Oh, wait. I'm not good. I can't change out a mag fast enough to save my life. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, my gun covers my pistol magazine, so I can't even get to it. If I needed to reload my pistol, I can't get to my magazine because I got gear in the way. Stuff like that I just had no idea was even a problem with my gear, a problem with my setup, that I was like, oh, wait.
Yeah.
And
that was the way we designed that first class, was to like present those issues so that people could start thinking about it. What I'm really excited about is that, like I said, like the space that we use here, it worked, but it was a little limiting on the problems that we could present. This field is literally like we designed it with the intention of being able to have a space to present all of the problems that you might end up facing. Like, I mean, even just down to door placement when I went through and did our whole layout for our floor plan, I placed doors and windows in positions that specifically caused problems that we would have to train through. And that's what I'm really excited. I'm so excited to be able to finally have a space that I can actually teach and present all those points and help people learn how to address those issues. So it'll be awesome.
One of the guys that came to the training said that, I don't remember his name, but his desire for the training was to learn how to be better at CQB so he didn't die as often.
Yeah, Christian. Yeah.
So this fixes that problem. If you don't want to die a whole lot, come train where you can actually learn the training skills you need. And that's if you want to do it for airsoft, just for fun. Yeah. But realistically, I would argue that all of us should do this class not for airsoft reasons, but just because it's information that most of us don't have that we should.
Yeah.
Guys, I got to say, Blake brought up gas blowback nights. I got to pose a question to the chat. What do you guys think about doing a gas blowback rifle only night?
That would be awesome.
Obviously,
we talked a lot about that.
It would be a kind of a big investment from a lot of people. But if people are interested in that, I think that would be absolutely incredible.
Well, I know a couple guys have gotten onto like the new Tokyo Marui gas blowback system, and then SEMA just released their new SEMA gas system, which is a clone of the Tokyo Marui gas system. Hayden says as long as he can rent a gas blowback, that's a realistic potential possibility. We may end up with some
don't
gas
have any
blowback
of those
guns
right now.
We have one.
We do.
We have one.
We have one.
But yeah. Don't light a match. Hopefully that won't be an issue. Realistically, this facility has the potential to. I mean, it is large in volume indoors, so I'm not super worried about ventilation. But also there's ducting there so that we can add significant exhaust ventilation if needed. But that's something we have talked. I've talked to Blake a lot about. Here in the shop. It's just like, man, we're going to have to start carrying gas blowbacks because people specifically are going to want rifles for this field. I mean, I know, like, I have one gas blowback. Well, I have two gas blowback rifles. I will probably have both of them running specifically to use in this field, even if nothing more than for training. But I would love a gas blowback only night for gameplay because that will change the way people play completely. I mean, no shade to the HPA guys, but Blake's super fast trigger finger isn't going to mean anything when we both only have 40 rounds in our mag, and I'm a lot better at using mine than he is. So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. I would love a gas blowback night.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, and from that point of view too, pistols only. This is going to be like a pistols only dream field. So I mean, like, if you're good with a pistol and you like CQB, this is going to be awesome for that type of stuff.
I definitely want to. I've never had a desire to do a high kappa build, guys. I have a pretty big desire for a high kappa build now.
Yeah,
I think I'll probably end up doing one in the next year. Realistically,
see, this is the problem with that Sand Viper sitting in here. I saw it today and said, "That's the gun that I want to run in the factory. This isn't fair."
Yeah.
Yes.
It's pretty awesome. I feel bad, Derek, that you're not going to be around up here much before all those pistols sell next week.
I know.
Yeah. Landon asked how your pistol is coming along. I had to move it aside to make room for all the Black Friday stuff coming in, but we're getting there. It's definitely almost done. Story of every repair right now. Sorry guys, if you're waiting on a repair, I apologize. Black Friday is insane for us, so I've been focused on that.
It's also my fault because I found a building we could put a field in and decided to cannibalize a whole lot of time.
Yeah. What the heck, Amin? Come on.
So inconsiderate.
But yes, you're you will.
Don't be mad at for your builds being slow. Blame it on Ammon for making this awesome field happen. It's his fault. So if it takes an extra week or two, we apologize. We're busy. We're working on it.
But yeah, I'm excited. So Landon has an M&P Performance Center core model that I am modifying to take a red dot. And I did the same mod to mine, and I freaking love it. And I'm excited to use that pistol in that field. It's going to be awesome. So, yep. Cool. Well, any other questions on the field, hit them now because we're getting close to our time. But, yeah, I don't know. What else do we talk about? Again, I guess if you haven't already liked or loved our post, you should do that and share it with all of your friends. We're going to have Black Friday sales starting at 10 a.m. on Friday.
Yes.
That'll go Friday, Saturday, and Monday. Something we haven't mentioned yet. I've made it kind of a tradition starting Black Friday through, usually we do 2 weeks. We cut it off like 2 weeks before Christmas to allow shipping times and stuff. But any pre-order that comes in from now till Christmas is 5% off. Just to, we want you guys to purchase through us for the stuff that you want for Christmas rather than through everybody else. So come and spend your dollars through us and we'll give you a good discount if you want to get stuff for Christmas, or if your wife or mom or child wants to get you something for Christmas, then order it through us. Yeah. I don't know what else. What are you most excited for? Derek, what are you most excited for?
Oh, shoot, guys. I have never... Okay, you want to hear something kind of crazy? I've been playing Airsoft for 15 years. I've played all over the country. I have never played in a sanctioned CQB field before.
Yeah,
ever.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I have a lot. Back in our little ITG days, man. I
totally forgot. I take all of that back. ITG almost doesn't count though. That's like a thing that was 10 people.
Small. It was so small. But in a way, you could say that anyone who has experience playing in that location has significant CQB experience over anyone else.
Actually, fun fact, ITG is the reason why we exist.
Yeah, pretty much. I literally learned to like worm my way across the floor in that field to avoid getting hit.
Oh no, it's because no, I say that because we would have never met if it wasn't because of ITG.
That's true. Yep. Through a mutual contact and an unfortunate experience with the repair.
Yeah. So because of that, here we are. Never thought that was probably my worst decision, Joseph, was to jump into this whole thing now.
Wow.
Back 9 years ago. When was that? It would have been what, 2014?
Yeah.
Give or take. No, it would have been 2015. 2015.
No.
Or was it pre-mission? It would have been 2015. Yeah.
You were up at BYUI in 2013 2012 before I
that would have been 2012. Joseph, we passed our 10-year anniversary and we didn't celebrate.
Oh my gosh, you didn't even buy me a cheesecake or something. What the heck?
Man.
I think the only other legitimate indoor field I've played at was Milsim City when they were in their original location. And that place was cool. I loved that location. I wish that I had gone down a lot more. But yeah, Utah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I did make an appearance in the Layton place once, but it was not for playing Airsoft. I was working on another project. So, yeah.
Yeah, if you guys have a favorite indoor airsoft location, you should give us their names. Comment their names, and then we will look at them for good examples on how to continue to grow and build our field.
Yeah.
I think that'd be awesome.
Or if you have game mode ideas that you specifically want us to play, we will or consider playing.
Yeah.
Drop those in because we've got a solid list, but I'm expecting that we probably need to grow that.
Well, we were talking about lighting and stuff earlier. I remember Milsim City. That was one of my favorite things that they had. So kind of like we do at Midway, we have flags, and we'll exchange the flags. And at the island, we have the same thing on a pulley. We'll pull up the orange flag or pull up the blue flag. I remember Milsim City, when I went there, they had a dial connected to an LED light, and you could change the dial, and it would cycle through RGB every freaking color you could think of, and you would turn your dial to your team's color, and they had like all of these checkpoints, and so you had to maintain control over the checkpoints and everything throughout the game. So that was cool. I would love to do something like that with lighting, where we can like select different team colors and then have different checkpoints on the field to control.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Lights out games, or at least like low light games. We don't know like for sure what our lighting conditions need to be.
In terms of
like insurance
safety
and
and fire hazard, you have to have some kind of.
We have to have some lights.
You have to have some lights to at least illuminate exits and paths to exits.
Yeah,
have to be somewhat illuminated, otherwise you get in big trouble. We want to avoid that.
Yeah. But yes, low light games are definitely a possibility. We're excited for that type of stuff. Oh man, yeah. Let us know what you guys want to see and keep giving us ideas. We like that stuff.
That's the word, Colin.
Emergency
lighting.
Egress lighting.
Makana, can you send me a link to one of those sensors you're talking about? I want to look into that because that'd be interesting.
Sweet. Yeah. Cars. We would love to have a car. That's
if any of you have a car.
Yeah. If you've got a small car that you don't have for free.
Needs to be removed.
Yeah. I mean, no engine, no problem. We'd rather not.
We'd rather just use a forklift and shove it into place. That's kind of what we would like.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Seats would be nice. We've talked about because ideally, I'd love to be able to use this field has some really large garage door access, so we would love to use the garage doors to have some of my law enforcement training come in there, and we can practice traffic stops and stuff. To answer my wife's question, no, I'm not going to take the rodeo to the indoor field. That rodeo is not safe for an indoor field.
But Tori, we will come get the rodeo.
That one will be going to Midway.
We will remove it and put it at Midway.
Yes, just not indoors. You have an old Dodge 50. Trevor, send us some pictures. Send me some pictures. I think a truck would be cool for indoors because it wouldn't. You have a lot more.
You could fight out of the bed on it.
You can fight out of the bed.
Ooh, boy.
But yeah, having a truck would be kind of nice because it's cover, but it isn't as low of cover as like a little sedan or coupe or something is. So
yeah, that'd be interesting.
We talked about grenades and stuff. Does a grenade count if it goes off on the other side of the car? So Blake and I have been talking a lot about rules and stuff like that. And, I think for the most part, we're going to definitely want to keep it simple as possible with the rules. But one of the things that I really wanted to emphasize with the whole safety stuff is we're not going to allow, for instance, overhand grenade throws. That's a big thing I've seen at indoor fields that I tend to agree with. I remember at ITG, we talked about that a lot. Is if you have a grenade, you don't chuck it through the air because of the hazard of potentially hitting someone in the face, like Michael Bell. Underhand grenade tosses through doors, not over walls, through windows, through doors, under cars type of stuff. Peephole shooting, that's something that we talked about. So we're going to try to that's a nice thing again about building our own field is that we can eliminate a lot of these issues because we're building the field. So we're going to design it in a way that will hopefully eliminate a lot of that stuff. But
Yeah, a lot of that stuff. Yeah, I'm sure this question is coming because it's been coming. We'll let you know if we need help building the field. Feel free to shoot me a message if that's something you want to help with. But we'll reach out as we need that help. A lot of it's going to happen remotely and then just be delivered on site and put together. So let us know if that's something. Let me know if that's something you're wanting to do, and I will keep your names in mind. I'm sure that question is going to come here in a minute. So
yeah, cool. Well, I'm watching our viewer count gradually taper off. Yeah.
That means it's time to sign off, boys.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we will be pushing out a lot more information over the next couple weeks about things. Again, sign up for the email list if you haven't already. That's where all that info will go first. And then we'll be hitting social media with all that stuff as time goes on. So and if you have any other questions, feel free to shoot us a message or comment on a post. We'll get back to you as soon as we can.
Sweet. Thanks, Makana. Thanks, everybody else.
Thanks,
you guys
everybody.
are awesome. Bye, boys.
We'll talk to you guys next week.
We'll see you.